Welcome, wanderers of the moonlit path. I am Pandora, a Wiccan witch and earth mystic, keeper of stories whispered through time. Here, within my circle of light, I share the ancient and the arcane, tales from my magical Wiccan book, stories such as chakras and charms, tarot and stars, of shadow and spirit, of the wisdom hidden between worlds. If you feel the call of magic, and if your soul stirs when the night whispers secrets, you are now home. Join me and open the pages of the unseen, for every spell is a story, and every story holds a spark of the divine. Within these sacred pages lies stories woven with moonlight, earth, and magic, the whispers of old spells, forgotten gods, and the living spirit of nature itself. Here I will read to you from my magical Wiccan books. Books such as my Book of Shadows, my Book of Chakras, my Book of Tarot, and so many others that I've written throughout the years. Join me, dear soul, as we step through the veil together and awaken the magic that lives within all things. Welcome to my magical realm. Tonight's book, the magical Wiccan book of rituals, Secrets Beyond the Veil. They say some books are written not with ink, but with intention, that words when spoken beneath the right moon can breathe, and that in the forgotten corners of our world, a single book holds the power to bend fate itself. Tonight, we open the Book of Rituals, a tome whispered about witches, hidden by wise, and feared by those who've seen what it can do. It began with a wanderer, a woman named Pandora, a seeker of the unseen. She had spent years tracing the paths of ancient Wiccan circles, from the misty highlands of Scotland to the ruins of forgotten abbeys in France. But one night, beneath a waning moon, she stumbled upon something alive. In the hollow of an oak older than memory itself, she found a book. Its cover, blackened leather stitched with silver thread, its pages warm to the touch, and written upon them were words that moved. The symbols shimmered like moonlight on water, rearranging themselves as though aware of her gaze. Pandora realized then this was no ordinary grimoire. It was the Wiccan Book of Rituals, the last surviving record of the High Circle of Elandria, a coven that vanished without a trace centuries ago. The book spoke not in commands, but in invitation. It called to those who understood that true magic lies in balance, in the spaces between the light and the shadow. Each ritual was more than a spell. It was a conversation with the universe itself. There was the rite of echoing flame, said to reveal one's past lives through the dance of fire. The chalice of the moon, a ritual of communion with lunar spirits. And the veil of ash, a rite so dangerous it could separate the soul from the body if the heart faltered. But the book demanded a price. For every ritual written in its pages, a sacrifice was required, not of blood, but of truth. Each reader had to offer something of themselves, a secret, a fear, a memory. Only then would the ink reveal the next page. Pandora grew obsessed. Night after night she performed the rituals, each one pulling her deeper into a world unseen by mortal eyes. At first, she felt empowered. The wind responded to her call. Flames bent at her whisper. But soon, the boundaries began to fade. The spirits she invoked started to linger. Candles burned without flame. Shadows moved even when her back was turned. And then she realized the truth. The book was not teaching her magic, it was using her. Each ritual she performed fed it, her energy, her will, her essence. The book was alive, feeding on the very souls of those who sought its wisdom. Pandora's final entry, scrawled in frantic ink, read only, "It is writing me now." The book vanished soon after. Some say it burned itself to ash at dawn. Others claim it returned to the forest, waiting for another seeker to find it. But there were whispers, quiet, persistent whispers, that fragments of its rituals still survive today, hidden within modern Wiccan texts, disguised as harmless chants or moon prayers. They say that if you perform a ritual beneath the 13th moon and your heart is truly open, the book may reveal itself once more, not as paper and ink, but as a memory etched into your dreams. So, tell me, if you found it, the magical book of rituals, would you dare to open it? Because once you do, it may never close again. If this tale stirred your spirit, like, subscribe, and share your magic in the comments below.